Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Pastor Jay, and if you're new to this channel, I do Bible studies. So thank you for watching. So today we're going to be talking about praying in the Spirit. So this is Armor of God, the final part. So guys, we're finally wrapping up this series. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this one because a lot of people like to skip over this one, and it's very, very, very important. So again, like I said, we're talking about praying in the Spirit. Goodness. So I might be coughing a little bit because my breathing is still kind of messed up from COVID. But, you know, I guess that's just kind of what happens when you get COVID, I guess. Just there's some, I guess it's called long COVID or something. All right, enough rambling. Let's get into the Bible study. Okay, so praying in the Spirit. So the past few videos we've been talking about the armor of God and how to stand against Satan's lies, temptations, and being ready to defend our faith. Today we're going to be talking about something that seems like most people skip over in Ephesians 6, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, and that is praying in the Spirit, which is praying in tongues, not the gift of tongues. There's a difference, but we're not going to get into that today. I can make another video later if you guys want to hear my thoughts and biblical evidence based on praying in tongues versus the gift of tongues. But we won't. That's not what we're talking about today. We're just talking about praying in the Spirit in relation to the armor of God. So Ephesians 6:18 through 20. Let me read this real quick. It says, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions. Okay? It literally says, pray in the Spirit. Okay? On all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the Lord's people. Pray also for me that whenever I speak, words may be given so that I will fearlessly make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains. Pray that I may declare it fearlessly as I should. Okay. So that is talking about praying in the Spirit and praying for others. Okay. So here are some benefits of praying in the Spirit. Number one, it allows us to speak directly to God. So I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 14:2. Okay, it says, for anyone who speaks in a tongue does not speak to people, but to God. Indeed, no one understands them. They utter mysteries by the Spirit. So we call this our personal prayer language. So it allows us to speak directly to God. All right, number two, it strengthens us. 1 Corinthians 14:4. Anyone who speaks in a tongue edifies themselves, but the one who prophesies edifies the church. So edify means to build up. Okay, so if you're praying in tongues, which is your personal prayer language, you are building yourself up. It is strengthening you. Okay, and it builds us up to help us live a Spirit-led life. And this is one of the reasons why it's so important to seek after the baptism of the Holy Spirit and to pray in tongues constantly. All right, and number three, it allows you to pray when you do not know what to pray. So Romans 8:26, it says, in the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. That's why when you hear people pray in tongues, it's like you don't understand it, right? It's just kind of like, it sounds like it's mumble jumble, but it's not. It is the Spirit, it is God's Spirit speaking through you. It is the Holy Spirit speaking through you. Okay, it helps you pray for others when you don't know how to pray for them. So if you're like, man, I just don't know what to pray in the Spirit. The Holy Spirit knows what to pray, and at times he'll reveal it to you. All right, so praying in tongues isn't required for you to get into heaven. Okay, I really need to make that clear because so many people and even Christians, like there's certain I don't know, like sect of Christians or whatever that like believe that it's required. It's not required. And then there's people that believe that or that are how do I put this? Like they they just kind of write it off as it's of Satan, it's of the devil, whatever. And a lot of that is because of some of us as Christians try to like push it on them, like, oh, you need to have it, otherwise you ain't going to heaven, and maybe they're not trying to say that, but it's still coming across that way. It turns so many people off. It's not required. Like I said in my last video, like water is essential, but you don't need to drink it, right? Like, or you don't have to drink it, I should say. You need to drink it, you don't have to. Okay, there's a difference. So you need it at least to live a spirit-led life, at least efficiently or effectively. So, and I'm not saying that your life will be perfect, but it'll make life just a whole lot better. It really will. So trust me, I struggle every day, and I know that if I didn't have this ability, my life would be harder. My life's already hard. So, praying in tongues helps me when I'm stressed. It has spoke to me when I needed encouragement, and it helps. And it helps me when I don't know what to pray. Like Romans 8:26. So praying in tongues should be a normal part of our life, our Christian walk. So Mark 16:15-18, this is what it says. He said to them, and this is Jesus talking, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, but whoever does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will accompany those who believe. In my name, they will drive out demons. They will speak in new tongues. They will pick up snakes with their hands, and they will drink deadly poison. If it will not hurt them at all, they will place their hands on sick people, and they will get well." Verse 18 there, don't just go around picking up snakes. There's a group of Christians that do that, and that's not what it's saying. It's saying that you'll be protected. So, verse 17 says, "They will speak in new tongues." So this is me saying I believe that every Christian should be praying in tongues. You don't have to. I believe that you should. Okay? So, Paul says in 1 Corinthians 14:4-5, "Anyone who speaks in a tongue edifies themselves, but the one who prophesies edifies the church. I would like every one of you to speak in tongues, but I would rather have you prophesy. The one who prophesies is greater than the one who speaks in tongues, unless someone interprets, so that the church may be edified." So we see here that it's not required, but essential for edifying yourself and building up your relationship with Christ. Okay? So, he's saying that he wants everyone to speak in tongues, but he'd rather you prophesy because it edifies the church. But in order to edify yourself, we need to be able to pray in tongues, and that's what he's saying in both scenarios with speaking in tongues and prophesying. Okay, so, but you don't need it to build your relationship with Christ, but it is very beneficial and I believe essential. Okay, it's like drinking protein powder or pre-workout. I use this as an example because I work out and I use those things. You don't need it, but it's very beneficial and probably almost essential, for building up muscle and, helping you work out and stuff, right? So I encourage you guys to seek out after praying in the Spirit. And if and when you are baptized in the Spirit, I encourage you to practice praying in the Spirit, because this is what will keep your armor on. Now, I'm not saying that your life is just going to not be good, whatever, if you don't pray in tongues, okay? But this is what's going to help you the most. It's going to be the most beneficial for you in your life as a Christian. So that's all I have for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell to get all of my videos. Please share my video, guys, with all your friends. And guys, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Feel free to message me on my Instagram at PastorJ_777. Go ahead and follow me. But with that, guys, thank you and God bless.